Right, welcome back, everybody. We're on for our second of two quick prediction shows for this weekend. We'll go to the co-main / double main event, whatever they're calling it, over in Team PBC. We've got Jermall Charlo, the enigma that's Jermall Charlo returning this weekend. Is facing the 39-5-1 Thomas LaManna. Look, Liam Charlo, 33-0 now in his career. As I said last night, and no punches pulled, his career's in reverse right now for me. Stagnated a lot. There was so much hype behind both Charlos at one point, maybe 5 years ago. His brothers obviously had the Canelo fight. You know, he's kind of had his issues, well-documented issues outside of the ring. Yes, he's fought and he's had, a couple of wins. He fought Benavidez, his brother, Jose Benavidez last time out. He fought Crawford at 147. That kind of tells you where he's at. He's a long way removed from that Derevinchenko win in 2020 now, isn't it? That's what, 2 fights in the last 5 years for Charlo, with loads of issues going on outside of the ring as well. We know what's happening here. We know they're leading towards a Caleb Plant fight in the fall, as they would call it, our good friends in the States. That'll be a big PBC pay-per-view that they'll sell the life out of. Obviously, there's the whole slap incident that will be replayed about 6 million times in the build-up for that. No doubt we'll see it at the presser this week and so on and so forth. But, give us your thoughts. Obviously, it's a pretty underwhelming matchup if we're being genuinely honest about it, and it should be Plant Charlo, which we've said too many times now. But, what are your thoughts?
If either Plant or Charlo is going to slip up this weekend, it's going to be Charlo for me. Look, you've described it as his career's in reverse. I think his life's in reverse. And the main thing we have to say is, first and foremost, it's good to see him back in we trust that he's in a headspace and it will have sound enough mind to be getting into a boxing ring. That's the first thing to say. But like you've just said, he's a long way removed from Derevinchenko. He's a long way removed from Dennis Hogan, Austin Trout, Julian Williams, etc., etc. Look, we're going back to 2017 for the flipping Austin Trout fight. So that tells you how far back you've got to go for when he was on that run. But time waits for no man, as we kind of spoke about with Josh Kelly last week, Josh Taylor last week when he was in with an opponent who 3 or 4 years ago wouldn't have been fit to lace his gloves. Well, Thomas LaManna is that man on Saturday night. If anyone's going to slip up out of the two that want to fight each other later this year in the fall, as you said, it's Charlo, isn't it? I mean, LaManna hasn't got the best record in the world, but some of his losses, he's lost to Erislandri Lara, done him in a round, Brian Mendoza on points. Like, he's been in there with some names. Okay, he's lost to them. Yeah. But he's got 39 wins as well. He's the more active man as well, Thomas LaManna. I mean, in the time that Charlo's had 2 fights, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4. He's had 7 fights. So there you go. And all 7 are wins, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all 7 are wins. He hasn't lost since Lara beat him in 2021. So in the time we've seen, Charlo having all his struggles, LaManna's been in there fighting, yes, against a limited level of opposition. But sometimes, as we saw with Echo Esserman last weekend, you just need to be active. You just need to have that ring smarts and that ring fitness.
Can't put a price on activity. There's no doubt about it. Momentum and activity. One of the best cases of that, Anthony Kakachi.
Mate, there's not a lot between them. Charlo's 35, LaManna's 33. They're both 6'1". LaManna's got half an inch in reach from Charlo. There's not a lot in it. But if LaManna's able to get into his rhythm, and if Charlo just isn't there anymore, this is the shock of the weekends. As we saw with the Times Square cards where Rolly Romero beat Ryan Garcia, it just doesn't work out when you try and marinate fights. This should have been Plant and Charlo this weekend. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, I agree on that. Last knockout, as you alluded to, with the Dennis Hogan fight 2019. Granted, he's only been in the ring 3 times since then. So just on the back of that, my logic is that Jermall Charlo wins this fight on points. I think that's pretty steady. I mean, LaManna, look, fair enough. He's been beat 5 times. He's only been, he's been stopped 3 of those 5. But you look at it, beaten around by Erislandri Lara. So, if Charlo turns up, he probably can stop him. But I just think he'll go through the gears and just do enough or do what he needs to do. I just don't think the motivation's there. Maybe it will be in the Caleb Plant fight. Maybe he needs a bit of danger, if you want to call it that, to get himself up for it. I just don't know if the fire's there for Charlo. I don't know if he's boxing for the right reasons now, if that makes sense.
Mate, you've just used the phrase I was going to use. I don't know if the fire's there with Charlo anymore, and that's what's making me give LaManna a chance. Look, again, 4 or 5 years ago, this fight is a complete mismatch, and we're panning the matchmaking even more than we are. But the reality is, LaManna's on an 8-fight winning streak in the time that Charlo's fought twice. He just may be able to. Like you say, if Charlo's not fighting for the right reasons, if Charlo's not there with it anymore, then there's going to be a shock on Saturday night, and it's going to be another case of us doing a review next week going, why didn't they put Charlo and Plant in the ring? Because if Charlo loses to Plant, it's very different.
PBC will be in tatters if one of these loses on
But look,
Saturday.
if Charlo lost to Plant, it's very different to him losing to LaManna. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to pick Charlo. I've just got something in my head about the upset, mate. I just have something in my head that we're going to get an upset in one of these 2 fights, and it's going to be LaManna. And it's more down to Charlo's inactivity as opposed to anything else. I just think time, and we've had a recent example of it last weekend with Josh Taylor. Time waits for no man, especially against an active fighter. And I've never been Charlo's biggest fan because of his whole persona and his whole attitude. And I just think he'll come unstuck, and the inactivity will catch up with him.
Yeah, definitely. I've gone Charlo points, and you've gone LaManna points.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stop. It will be an even bigger shock if he stops Charlo.
Yeah, it would be. It would be, definitely. Okay, then that's our predictions. I had heard that, hand history, but I thought you were saying about an update. So we do wish Hinihiro Shigeoka a speedy recovery. Absolutely terrible, obviously, what happened at the weekend. So yeah, obviously condolences to all around him, and we do really wish him all the very best. Thanks to Mo for joining us, as well as Hand History Vault, and absolutely prayers up for Shigeoka. So LaManna for Liam, Charlo for myself. Thanks as always, everybody, for joining us. No doubt we'll be back at some point over the next few days. As always, enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, wherever you are.